Hello everybody, it is Magma and I'm here with an old LEGO Star Wars set review for you guys. Today we're taking a look at a set from 2009 and this is the Echo Base. So as you can see, it's not much of an Echo Base, it's more of a part of a trench from the Echo Base, but still it includes 5 minifigures, one big figure I think, and let's see how many pieces, and 155 pieces. This set used to retail for $25 US. And it is ages 7+, so, and it was part of the 10th anniversary line. So it's part of those a little bit more special sets, although this wasn't hard to find. It was just titled special from 2009. So it was commemorating 10 years of LEGO Star Wars. The special sets were this one, Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, Homeland Mon Calamari Cruiser, Battle on Endor, and the Tantive-4, I think. So that's the ones. I think I have all of them except for the Tantive-4, so which hopefully I'll be trying to get and review that for you guys in the future. So getting straight to the minifigures, it's pretty straightforward. You just do get 2 of the old Snowtroopers, and those are the same as always, just regular Snowtroopers. Mine have been getting a little bit yellow, but that's just the age. Then we also get 2 of the Rebel Troopers, and again, those are pretty straightforward. They're both the same with different type of weapons. And the exclusive minifigure here, which I think is still exclusive, is the Han Solo, and he has an exclusive torso print and a little cap or whatever you call that. So yeah, there's much more to say about the figures. They're pretty straightforward, I think. So yeah, so getting straight into the set, it's a fun little set, includes a lot of vehicles and a lot of little parts. The main part obviously is this turret. What I love about this set is that back then at the time, I remember a lot of people bought a lot of these and then made a huge trench, which is something you can still do, but I think nowadays it's just way cheaper to buy the new Assault on Hoth set. So yeah, let's get straight into the set. So as mentioned earlier, there's a lot of little components to this set, so we'll move that aside and get to each thing at a time. One of the Snowtrooper comes with one of these old, or I think you guys know these pretty well, they include them in all the Hoth sets. It's the E-Web cannons. Granted, they look cool and they're pretty useful, but at this point I have, I think, around 6 or 7 of these, so I don't really need any more. Please LEGO stop including them and give me something new for once. I even have the stud shooter version of this, so it's ridiculous. But this was actually the first time it was included in a Hoth set, I believe. Or, no, it could have been the 2nd edition. I think it was the 2nd edition. But still, it's one of the first ones, so it looks pretty decent, pretty cool, and obviously the Snowtrooper gets to have this. Next up, we get a little crate, and this little crate just includes a pair of binoculars. This is typically what they would do in these old sets. They would just include random crates or random little things to add to the piece count. Again, 155 pieces, $25 US. This should have been a $15 set, way overpriced, and that's why a lot of people didn't really get tons of these sets. But still, it could have been a cool thing to get multiple of these and build something nice, like a huge trench. Big thing, big draw for this set. First set to ever hold or have a Tauntaun. So Han Solo comes with a blaster, or I don't know if it's a blaster for the Snowtrooper. Could be both. So yeah, cool. But the Tauntaun is the big draw here. So the newer ones, the difference with the Tauntauns for the new ones is they changed this to gray. Now, I don't know if I prefer that or not. I think both look fine. The legs don't move, just the arms and these little horns, which you can position a bit differently and so on. But he looks great. I'm really happy. At this point I have 2 or 3 Tauntauns, so it's nice LEGO finally decided to make them. But that was the big drive for this set, is that after 10 years LEGO finally had made these, which is why I think pretty much everybody back from the good 2009 days have these. So everybody who was a LEGO fan back in 2009, who was also original trilogy fan, likely has got 1 or 2 of these sets. So nowadays Tauntauns, they're not that cool anymore because you can get them in pretty much every single Hoth set, so yeah. And now here is the big part of the set, which isn't that big. It's actually pretty small, now I think about it. There's a minifigure next to it. So this wall is minifigure size. I don't want to criticize too much on it. I think it was really overrated and overpriced for what it was. But I never regretted getting the set nonetheless. So sometimes nowadays I complain a lot about sets, but I just had them for like 2 hours before I reviewed them. So that makes me very picky, especially on the fighter tank that I previously reviewed. Now that I've had more time to look at it and so on, I think that sure, it's small, but it's a great set, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy nonetheless. And that's typically what I would have done with this set back in the day. I would have really criticized this set, but now that I think about it, I've never regretted having this set, and as a child, even though it was tiny and small, I just played so much with this. So here's some of the fun features we can do with it. Right here, you can fit somebody in the turret. Never really understood why. I don't really know why you can do this, but sure, it's cool, it's fun. Now, you gotta be careful if you're a child, and if you're of younger age and you play with these, you gotta make sure not to break this piece right here, because that's the only thing actually holding on to this. So I've seen quite a few friends break these, so that should be something to worry about. Again, a very customizable set, so you can remove this turret right here. It's not that hard, and we can actually just move it around to this side. And again, that's also something that's very nice about this set, is whichever way you want to have your set built, that's the way it can be built. So the turret still has this top part which turns 360 degrees, thank God, and it has this. So these are going to push these flick-fire missiles out. They don't go very far. Actually, I was expecting the mechanism to work much better than this, and this is not because they're old, it's just the mechanism never really worked. So, yeah. They're pretty useless, but again, with imagination and fingers, you can make them go way, way further. And this flaps open up. Now there's nothing inside, but from a certain angle, you can actually make it look like your guy is standing up. So here he would be sitting down, which looks ridiculous, but from this angle, like this, it looks like he is standing up on the turret. So that's pretty cool. And that's all for the turret. Now it's this little wall, this little trench wall. It's built by plates and then just some slopes, but on this side you can get some figures. So what I really did enjoy about this is that there's something you can do with it which is pretty cool, is you can have your soldiers like this right here. And you may be asking yourself, well, why is there all this going on here? So they can be like this, and if you want to just push this pin or this plate down, supposedly, well, the mechanism is a bit old, so I'll have to do it a bit lighter, but it's like this. And supposedly you press down on this and your figures go flying off. This is to simulate the AT-AT, the AT-AT explosions, I think, or just shooting down on the trench. I think it's really fun. So yeah, so great. And you can also use it as a little slide, so if you want to have your soldier here, and then just slide it down like this. Oops. So, but you get the point, little explosion mechanism, so whoever's behind that can also just get flicked off, and boom, explosions and all that. So that's great. And actually that is also the end of the set, so that's all there is to this. It's a very, very simple set, small. I don't think this is really bumped up in price, because all of these you can get in the newer sets. The newer turrets which are built tend to be better, I think. Tauntauns are not really exclusive anymore. Snowtroopers and Rebel Snowtroopers have been included in pretty much all the other sets. And obviously the crate is not really any drive anymore. So this set is going to be really, really, really cheap, I think, if you're going to want to get this from Bricklink or third-party websites. Definitely would recommend this to any LEGO Star Wars fan who wants this. Nowadays, LEGO makes these same builds and better quality and stronger builds, and they just bring more to the set, so I won't really see why you would want to go back and get this set. But if you would, just know that it's kind of small, but it is nonetheless a great LEGO set to add to your collection. I wouldn't have this on shelf by itself, which is why I included it to my display of all my combined Hoth sets, which is where I think you're going to find the most use and most fun out of this. With that being said, thanks for watching this LEGO Star Wars set review. Please leave a comment in the comment section below if you guys have any thoughts or anything to say about this. And otherwise, I will see you guys next time here on the Minifigures channel for another LEGO Star Wars video. Bye bye.